following program may contain adult language and
There he is.
subject matter and does not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Mike, we can hear that, by the way.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good evening and welcome to the Heikadelic Show with your host, Heikomantic, right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email right now. Our email address is instudio101@gmail.com.
So turn my back to us. Hey, thank you very much for listening.
Heiko, we can hear you.
Yep.
Shut the beer cans off and turn down your phone or mute it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your host of the Heikadelic Show, Mr. Heikomantic.
Oh my God, is it that time again?
Oh,
Monday night at 9, almost 30. Let's get dirty.
Fuck
Are you
yeah.
guys here, my favorite co-host?
Yeah.
Gary and
You're already
Johnny,
drunk, aren't you, you bastard?
You're drunk and fucking stoned right now, aren't you?
a little of both.
Gary, one of the most professional guys I've ever met in entertainment, is doing the intro. And like I said, when you vocalize on Zoom, it'll take the presence because it's designed to pull speakers out of multiple panels. And all I hear in the fucking background right now is beer cans and whatever else is going on.
And the other voice of the angel, right?
Yeah, that's helping your corporate sponsorship. By the way, Johnny, you still are a little distorted here. I want to clean you up for your fans.
Thank you. You can
I don't know why that is all of a
with
sudden.
clean me up
Well,
with
if
a
you want to
dirty
clean
rag.
him up, tell him to have a shower.
No, he's cleaned up. He's clean dude.
Very clean. Go to our
So what's new and exciting with everybody? Anything? Nothing?
I don't know, but I'm still hearing crackling in the background. Beer
That's
cans.
Heiko.
No.
Noisy bastard.
Gary, are you trying to get at a can of chicken wings? I hear cans and I don't hear it now. It's suddenly
not me.
stopped.
It's totally quiet.
Maybe it's the
nice.
crackling of the fire.
It's
up
no,
at
it's
Heiko's
you
place.
guys, whatever
No, it's
you're
Heiko's
doing.
drink.
It probably
drink
is
is-
the ice
You know what? I was just
Yeah.
outside and said, oh my God, it's a perfect evening. There's no bugs. It's nice out. And I thought, why couldn't we have a live show in the backyard around a campfire? I think that would be awesome.
Fuck yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a few of them that went on this weekend around. I'm sure there was a few people jamming around fires and shit. I wish I was one of them, but I wasn't. I was here doing sweet fuck all. So, yeah, that's it. Sweet fuck all. Yeah. So anything, what would you get up to this weekend, Heiko? Anything?
Yeah, I did some more gardening. I got so much to do. Like trying to get everything ready because we're going to try and plant this week our vegetable garden. I'm doing all flower gardens and I'm adding gardens. So I'm just into that shit. I love the flowers and stuff. Call me whatever you want to call me, but I'm the flower guy.
The flower guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So
And,
Derek's
Yeah.
Derek's inviting us to
4
his
hours
place.
today transplanting all my little plants into bigger pots.
Oh, that's a
So,
good sign.
All happy, ready to go. Oh yeah.
Oh, Ringo's got the sound effects. This is going to be
So
poor.
Derek is asking us to do it at his place. So what
I'm down with
exactly
that.
do you want to do at your place?
The party around the fireplace. That's what he's referring to.
Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually got a great place to do it. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 summers ago now. He had a great party out there. Had like 4 or 5 different bands out there, set up a stage, just fucking partied. It was great, man. Yeah, I'm totally down with that, Derek. Anytime, man. Let us know when you want to do it. And we will be there, bitches.
Like the kind of party where you're going to wind up face down in the grass sometime in the evening, eh?
Right. But
Yeah,
Derek,
that was close.
Derek, we'll come up and play anytime, but we're not free. So what we need you to do is
put the money in a brown manila envelope.
Hey, Johnny,
bring lots of girls.
Using your voice effects, whatever you're running everything through, it's making your regular mic still distorted.
Oh, really? Oh, that's probably because I have it up too high. Sorry.
Yeah, just turn your mic, I don't know, right off, Ringo.
Yeah, there you go.
Completely.
Yeah.
Your vocoder or whatever is doing it is making your regular voice sound distorted.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
What the fuck? Yeah, make things worse. Jackass. So I seen online today, this is kind of sad actually, that Bruce Dickinson's estranged wife was found dead, Patty Bowden. I guess they divorced last November after 29 years, and she was found dead. Some tragic accident. They didn't say any more than that. So sorry to hear that to the Dickinson's family. You know, that's sad because I know they got a couple kids and stuff too. So yeah, not good. So hopefully they'll be all right. But yeah.
You know who Dickinson is, right, Heiko?
Bruce Dickinson, Iron Maiden. Yeah, singer of Iron Maiden. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a band.
I should have made that a little more clear. I didn't say that. I guess I always just assume everybody knows who Bruce Dickinson is, but I guess there are probably a lot of people that don't. So, yes, it's the lead singer of Iron Maiden.
They've played a few stages.
I know some Bruces, but not all of them.
Yeah, they've played live a couple times, some small shows here and there.
Yeah.
But anyways, they sad story. So hopefully the family gets through that all right. But yeah. So anything? What were you up to this weekend there, Ringo?
Me? Well,
yeah. I fucking said Ringo, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
wow.
I think the highlight of I'm trying to think now because all this drinking during, home isolation is making things a little foggy, to be honest. So, just kind of chilling, I guess. We were supposed to, we were supposed to go on a couple of streams and do some stupid shit, but no, it didn't really happen. Right?
No, because you know what happened? I guess it was probably like Wednesday night last week. Ringo decided to call me 4 times and send me text messages at almost midnight asking me, I didn't know why. He just called me 4 times, left a couple of messages on my voicemail and sent me text. So I wake up in the morning because I'm up at 5 and I see all this shit and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why was he calling me like so many times last night, right? So I'm like worried. So I sent him a text like, is everything all right? I get a text later in the morning. Yeah, I just want you to go online and get drunk with me. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, so he's a little bored. And then of course the weekend rolls around and we actually have time to do this. And nope, can't pull it off. Nice one.
All right, let's open up a drink, boys.
Are you guys in love or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, maybe. A little bit. Where the fuck is my phone?
Drinking time.
Okay, you got a drink?
Drinking time.
So for those of you who don't know what that song is, that's our drinking song, believe it or not. The theme song to the Banana Splits. So when you hear that, we all drink together. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Are you just taking a drink now, Heiko?
I am. A big one. Oh. Mm. Hey, Gary, do you have any emails yet? I'm gonna bug you once in a while.
One.
Cool.
111?
Yeah, just one.
Let
Hannah
her
writes
rip
in, says, hello, guys. I was supposed to work today. I work in essential services in a hospital, but I did not have to go in. So I tuned in listening to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's from Hannah.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Hannah, for tuning in.
Thanks, Hannah.
Awesome.
That's very cool.
Did you say from Indiana? Is that where you said she was
There
from?
are some dedicated people out there that are bored, and they know who we are. They know when we're on. I love it.
Yeah, especially it's
so
every
cool.
Monday now. It makes life a little easier for people, right? Because we're always here on Monday nights now.
Yeah.
Whether we have anything of importance to say, which normally we don't, it's usually just utter nonsense and stupidity. So, it's how we roll. And if you're down with that, cool, you can roll along with us.
Every Monday is awesome because when we did every second Monday, it was kind of weird. It was kind of like, is it garbage day or recycle? Like, well, what's going on today?
So now every Monday night is garbage night.
Yeah. Because like Johnny said, the alcohol kind of fogs things over a little bit, so you can't remember. So every Monday night, I love it.
Yeah, me too. More good times.
Every day to the next. It's not.
So, anything cool happened with any of you guys since the last time we chatted?
Nothing. I didn't do shit. I sat around the house all weekend and I watched TV. I watched started watching the Trailer Park Boys from the beginning. Fuck, that show's awesome. Good times. God, I love that show. That and I was watching the other day. I was watching Letterkenny. Fucking another great show.
I was going to say Letterkenny's up there too, man. It's a great show.
Yeah, I absolutely love that show. I love the cast on that show too. They're hilarious. I don't know how they do that show. You know what I mean? Like I would not want to have to remember those lines. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much of it they do remember, or if a lot of it's just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. But it's brilliant. Like how the banter between them is incredible. Like it's absolutely insane. I don't know how people would remember to, or even if they're not remembering, how to just get that. Like it's incredible. Absolutely brilliant show.
The guy that I really like is Squirrely Dan, the big guy with the beard.
Yeah, he's awesome. You ever see his stand-up?
He realizes he puts S's on everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
His stand-up's really good, too. I know, remember we, the three of us and Alan, and I think Lana was with us as well. We went out to Casino-Rama and seen Letterkenny live. That was awesome. That was so good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It was really the only thing was missing from that were the two hockey players. That would have made it better, but.
So Terry, you saw the episode with the Star Tavern, right?
Yeah, actually, that was one of the ones that I watched over the weekend with Star Tavern, and actually was sitting there. I had my daughter Katie with me watching it, and my son and stuff, and we were all sitting around watching it. And I was like, yeah, I was actually at that place. We went out to Sudbury, so it's kind of cool to actually see it because now it's basically all boarded up. So, but yeah, it's still there. Yeah, that whole show's all filmed in Sudbury, I guess. So. But good times.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but the Star Tavern actually in the town of Zilda is where that where they filmed that the bar scenes, I guess, right? So that happened to be the first bar I performed live in with a band called Voyage. I don't know. I was pretty young. I was underage. I shouldn't have been in there. I was 15.
Well, that was like me.
Yeah, about I don't know, like half hour, 20 minutes out of Sudbury.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because when we went on that tour up there with Anvil, Ringo took me all through Sudbury, showing me everything. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's an interesting little place. I like the bars and stuff out there too. We had a good time, man. Fuck, we got drunk out there.
Okay. Hike, are you crackling?
Oh my God, Heiko, you got to stop at the ice, man. You're killing us.
Yeah, because all we hear is crackle, snap, crackle, pop.
Sorry, I just farted.
No, there's a bag of. I'm not sure. I can't really pinpoint the sound.
It's not for me.
No,
it's Heiko. It's Heiko.
You would mute if you had a bag of chips in there. I know it.
Right.
You would. Okay, so level with me, Gary. Are you ordering wings again tonight?
But I have not. I've been so busy. No, I have
Well,
not.
social distance or not, fuck it. I'm coming over if you're getting wings.
Yeah.
I'm still hungry from that.
Yeah, I know, man. That
Of course.
was good.
That was so funny.
Yeah, it was good.
And then Gary sends us pictures of his food. It's like, really?
Yes. Yeah, we all got text messages from Gary that night, just showing us all the pizza and wings he was eating. You bastard.
For sure. So,
That whole my wife had like one piece.
yeah.
I ate the whole other thing and 20 wings all myself.
Well,
basically.
and you were sending me pictures like at 2:00 in the morning of your bones.
belly.
Yeah.
Of the bones. Yeah. The before and
So
after pictures.
At 3 a.m., I get up to get a drink, and I'm thinking like, "Fuck, where can I find wings at 3 a.m.?" Right? So
Wow.
Awesome. So I see Derek was because you're not bringing shit up fast enough here, Ringo. He was talking about the asylum in Sudbury. Yeah, that's a great place. That was actually one of the places Anvil played when we went out there. And you remember actually the Spider, who we lost, I guess, this year, was the guy that worked the door there. Unfortunately, passed away this year. And yeah, great guy. Great venue though. I love that place. Very cool bar.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, Maniacs played there with Anvil and another band called Terra Kane, and it was awesome. We did 2 shows back to back, Friday and Saturday night, because we sold out the first one so quickly, and then the second one sold out. And it's not a massive club, but it's definitely
That's a great little underground club. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's all about metal, though. I mean,
yeah, awesome.
The owner there, he's a pretty cool guy, and they've gone through some tough times up there. Like, and he really, they're all about the music and the scene, so they do their best to stay afloat. What the fuck was?
What the hell was that? I don't know if Heiko just shit himself or what the hell that was.
I don't know.
Therapist from Sudbury. Is that a band, I'm assuming? I'm not familiar with who they are.
So the Therapist, they did I think I'm trying to think of what show. I think it might have been Sven Galley. One of the shows that Black Moon I think put on. I went up there to do some tour support for Sven Galley. And Terry, you were there for that one, right?
Not for Sven Galley. I went up with for the Anvil, and that was it.
Okay. So that one there, the Therapists were, I think they were the opening band for Sven Galley.
Okay.
They're great.
Sven Galley, I worked with them at the music hall. I was actually a big fan of them when they come out back in the 90s. So it was really cool to actually see them so many years later, and they still killed it. It was a great show. Yeah, I absolutely had a blast working with those guys.
Yeah. And definitely
so when's the music hall going to open back up again?
No idea.
No idea.
Nobody knows about any venues or bars or anything right now, and it's scary as shit for anybody in that business because
it's a disaster.
And nobody's giving them support. There's other emergency funds out and stuff like that, but when it comes to venues, there's not a lot. And the other thing too is, honestly, if you're a landlord there and you haven't participated in the government offering, then you're all fucking dicks, okay? Because I see businesses that are in buildings. I have an office, level 0 productions. In fact, I rented a second office just before all this shit went down, and it's they're dormant, right? I can't use it, and but what the hell? I'll keep it because things will get better. But there are other people that are forced to move out because they just don't have they don't have people coming through, clients and whatnot. So they can't afford it, right? And 3 months is a lot, and it can absolutely kill a mid-size, but a small business. Unless you were in the food industry or something where you could do takeout, you're fucked. And it's really horrible because. I honestly don't know how this is going to get resolved down the line because I feel that anybody, the government forked out a lot of money and, thanks for that and reaching out to individuals. But when it came to businesses, Wow.
Everyone got fucked.
Most. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to have a lot of cash to carry you through. And what are they doing instead of, they pay the rent? That's a priority. And then they're laying off people as a result because they can't balance it. I completely understand. And it just absolutely sucks. The bar industry right now and venues suck even worse because they can't, a lot of their staff relied on tips and, maybe minimum wage or simply tips, right? So a lot of those people are going to get the emergency fund for, maybe another month or two. And then what happens after that is very murky.
Yeah.
The big issue is going to be they're not going to have jobs necessarily come back to. And here's another one. You mentioned about like concert venues. So if you had a concert venue that was 1,000 capacity, right? So do you have to be 500 or divide 1,000 by, like, figure out what 6-foot distancing means to a venue that would normally hold 1,000? Or what about a bar like the Watering Hole that we hang out, Tara? You know, their capacity's under 100. Like it's I don't know, maybe 60, 70.
So the problem with that is, Ringo, is like if you think about like the bigger venues that are like 1,000 and up, or even a place like at the Hall, right? That's under that. But the problem with that is you can't really, especially with the bigger shows, you couldn't bring in a big band and and have 500 people in 1,000 cap room, because guess what? You're going to be broke after paying for that show, right? That's going to be the problem, because bands are still going to want their money, and you won't be able to put enough people in there.
Right. So you'll never be able to have the likes of Motor City Maniacs on a big stage.
And you're welcome.
You'd have to resort to bands like Tears of a Deity, right? So, because the work for beer.
Dirty bastard, and I'm actually wearing a Motor City Maniacs t-shirt right fucking now, too.
I can't believe that. I can't really see it, because you can see my Motorhead shirt right here.
Right there. It's kind of
you are
in a way, but I am.
I take back everything I just said.
Yeah, fuck you, Ringo. My feelings were already hurt if I had any.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you make the point, Terry. You're absolutely right. So, if you've got to put out, and Gary, you know the business, right? Like if you got to pull in a big name act, you got to put out a hefty deposit, sometimes 50% or more.
50% usually the norm.
Right. So if your capacity dictates let's say the fame you can get in there, you're not going to get like a major world renowned act. So a lot of those venues end up getting retreads. And when I say retreads, it could be bands, like there are a number of bands that are somewhat current, but they're retreads, right? And it's really tough to get a big name act that would cost you, like, your ticket price goes from like $20 to $50 to maybe under $100 or more, because of the capacity. Now, when that's cut down, you can't even afford to pay the freight to book the band. So it's going to be interesting times.
Right. And for a lot of the people that don't realize it, it may be because they're not part of the business or whatever. So the way it basically works is a band that comes into a venue, they have a contract stating, well, we're going to get paid $25,000 or $30,000, depending on the size, the venue they're playing. I mean, of course, it could be much bigger if it's like something like, Rogers Center or something. But like a venue with, like, say, 1,000 cap room or more, it could be you could get a band and say $25,000, $30,000 or whatever, and that helps dictate the price of the tickets. So if you were to cut a lot of those people out, say it was 1,000 cap room, you wanted to do just social distancing, drop down to 500. Well, guess what? You're going to lose a shit ton of money, or those tickets are going to have to be insanely expensive.
Right. So,
the social distancing thing is what the problem is for these kind of venues. To give you a great example, there's a church. Their pews for a service hold 220 people. Now, if you do the social distancing properly, you don't just have to have the 6 feet side to side. It's also front to back. So nobody can sit behind you or in front of you.
Yeah, it's a box. So it's a box.
They made their social distancing circles, and your 220 seating capacity went down to 32 people.
Yeah, it's a 6-foot radius, and you're exactly right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing,
It's unbelievable how different it is.
I went to Department of Motor Vehicles recently in Scarborough, and anyway, it seemed to be the only one open, and it was a bit of a disaster because it wasn't so much they had good controls inside, but you had to go through a mall to get there, right? And there's this guy
Okay.
right behind us, like literally 2 feet away. And
Uh-huh.
so, I'm almost inclined to build something that, almost a big, 6-foot radius hula hoop that I can just wear on my shoulders. And that's my space, stay out of it. But for the most part, people try and be respectful. But guaranteed, look at a rock show or any show. Maybe they do it at country shows as well. There's no social distancing. I wasn't dissing country, but with all of the body surfing, body slamming, people are just going to lose their cool, and they're going to either freak out because there are too many people around, but they're more likely to just lose the thought of social distancing and just not do it.
That's exactly what'll happen, especially at like a heavy concert. I can't imagine people going to see like something like Lamb of God or something, and the moshing doesn't happen. Like, it's just, you know what, it's going to happen. If you allow people into a show like that, they're going to be moshing. That's just going to happen. So I seen Derek had posted on there about the drive-in concert idea, which I think is actually a very cool idea. But that really doesn't solve the issues with the venues that we're going to lose. I still think it's a great idea for the summer, and I'm sure we're going to see that idea, but unfortunately it's not going to save the venues that we're losing now because of it, right? So,
well, I mean, Derek brings up a good point, because I'm also seeing things about having capacity down in venues, but they're going to use live streaming outside like they do with the Jumbotrons at Budweiser and stuff. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to figure that out. So it must be terrible to be working for a large venue, because you don't know when you're going to go back.
Even live streaming outside, fine, so people can see what's going on, but those people aren't buying the cover charge to get into the venue. They're not buying drinks in the venue. They're outside. So how is the venue going to make any money off these people? They're not.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be a venue that puts it on, right? It'll be like a promoter that'll have a piece of land that they pay to use, and put it on there. So it'll have nothing to do with the venues. It'll be promoters that'll do stuff like that.
Derek's offering up his property, but I was thinking about this, and I could get the Maniacs over. We could social distance. We could do a big party barbecue in my backyard, right? Like, I mean,
I'd be totally down with that.
Yeah, so we gotta think this out and figure something out. But it's weird. Okay, this is not my rant. Okay, but look at our good. I wonder if there's anybody from Montreal on or Quebec province, because I'd like to hear from you. Send us an email or call in. Feel free to call in. But it's unfortunate, because I heard there were something like 700 new cases announced. And what did they do to let their kids into school last week? Come on. We haven't done that across the province of Ontario.
I don't think they've done that anywhere in Canada other than Quebec.
So, this sucks. So, why couldn't you just wait? And you know what? If you're pissed off at me because I just said that, it's a reality. It's a fact. It happened last week. And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody challenge me on this, please, were they not the highest, kind of outrunning everybody in terms of cases and all of that? Like
cases, it was Ontario and Quebec, I think, were the highest in the country. Right. Now I don't know who was higher, us or Quebec. But the thing is, though, as far as the schooling goes, that had more to what's that?
Quebec is almost double what Ontario is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
honestly, I've got a lot of family out there, and I mean, I just I'm shaking my head, like, why Why the rush? We went through about almost 3 months, at least 2 solid months of, in my case, most of us here on the show, quarantine, right?
Yeah.
The 14 days, what does
Yeah.
the 14 days mean? Well, the minute you go out and shop or get in front of people again somehow, you could be exposed. And they don't know, like everybody's wearing masks and gloves and everything, but Heiko and I had an interesting conversation with somebody this week, and we won't get into who or what, but, there's still no, like, why are we wearing masks? Is it airborne, right? Is it,
Yeah.
like what about what's happening in New York in terms of body, I don't want to say disposal, but basically at the end of the day, it's a biohazard potentially, right? So nobody knows for sure about, airborne elements or what happens after somebody passes, right? I mean, it's a scary proposition to think about, and I don't think they figured it all out. But why would we put our kids in school? We're not even back to work yet.
Well, the thing is, though, as far as the school thing goes in Quebec, it wasn't it wasn't mandatory either. It was if you want your kids to come back. So a lot of people didn't send them back, but which is why I don't even understand why they did it. Period. But
in fairness to them too, I mean, I saw this on the news. It's they had steps to try and keep the distancing and all of that. But with technology the way it is, I know, like with everything from homeschooling to teachers dedicating some of their time, which by the way is paid for anyway if you're a teacher and not laid off. Why aren't they doing video classrooms, right? Who doesn't have a computer or an iPhone right now and access to something like, a tool like Zoom, Skype, whatever. So
I'm just glad this didn't happen when my kids were young, because if they were left to my teachings, oh dear God, that would have been very, very bad.
Well,
we all would have failed.
They would have at least been able to count to 5, because I heard you do that at the sound check.
Well, you heard me do that. Thank God Gary didn't say 6.
Right. Exactly.
So, just saying.
Yeah.
But
God bless
I don't know.
People out there that, I mean, hopefully everything works out in, Quebec and Montreal. I've got, like I said, a lot of relatives out there in that. I just was perplexed how one part of Canada, and even voluntarily, like, I mean, it's just, why couldn't we be united and do the right thing? And that's keep social distance, and there's no rush here, right?
Right. Well, the thing is, I think the economy is what's the big problem is the destruction this is causing. So unfortunately, it's kind of a catch-22 or a double-edged sword, if you will. You want to try and get things going again because of the economy's collapsing. But at the same time, if we do this too early, we're going to be shutting her back down. And honestly, if we have to do it a second time because of a new wave or whatever, it's going to be worse. The way what we have to do and the protocols and all that. Like this right now sucks. But if we open it up and have to shut her down again, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And at the hospitals, they have so much stuff waiting, ready, because they're saying now as well, we are going to have a second wave, and it's going to be brutal, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, Johnny, on Saturday, I drove home, and I couldn't believe it. I drove by a golf course.
Oh my God! I know. Yeah.
You know what? I was a little bit shocked because the parking lot was completely full of cars.
Yep.
They had people standing on the roadside directing traffic because the cars were lined up on the road to get into the fucking golf course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you could see the people on the golf course. Yeah, they had one person per cart, but they're standing on the greens, they're standing on the tees, they're all standing together, drinking beer, chatting, all together.
Yep.
And I'm going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And seriously, what makes golf so fucking important that they had to open it up? It's a goddamn leisure sport that means nothing. It's just golf.
Yeah,
so
like, we don't. We
I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
we don't want to name the clubs, but I drove by 3 on my way home because I literally there are a couple that are in chipping distance from my house. So, you know, the one isn't open right now, as far as I know. The other one is open. What I did notice in the morning, though, was there seemed to be because there's a green close to the I guess the clubhouse, and it looked to me like they were very well social distance. They were probably like 15 feet away or so, but that was good. I'm thinking, okay, good on you. The parking lot wasn't unreasonable, but coming back, not that golf course, actually, it was still not too bad. But I passed another one because I took, you know, a slightly different route. I passed actually, I think, all total about 4 before I get home. And and it was to Heiko's point. I don't know if it was the same one, but it was jam packed.
Yeah, it's just
north of town.
Yeah,
is the one I drove by.
Okay.
Yeah, there's John on our Facebook basically made the point, sports for well-to-do folks, and you know what? Exactly that. You know, that's a very expensive sport, so you get a lot of the ritzy folk that like to do that shit. You know what? Whatever. But one thing I do know when they did open them is people still had to stay in their cars, so you had to wait, kind of like being in a grocery store lineup outside. It's the same thing. You're not allowed to leave your cars. You have to wait for them to go through so far. And the other thing I thought that they did was a little strange is you weren't allowed to sink the ball in the hole anymore. They actually put a thing in there and it hits it, and that's all that matters. So what the fuck is the point? Because how many times have you hit a ball out on and it, you know, went through like past the hole or like went across the hole? So they're basically bumping it in, and that's considered you got it in, right? So it's like, why? Like it just, to me, just seems stupid. But I mean, you look at Major League Baseball and they're talking about being back, like they want to come back, the NHL and NBA and all that. But interesting story, like with Major League Baseball, they want to come back and they're saying we're going to do like a shortened season and all this, and they want the players to take a pay cut. And the players are pissed because they're like, first off, this is dangerous, right? Yeah, we're not going to have fans in the seats and stuff, but we still got a lot of people that'll be here, the full teams and everything. And so, yeah, okay, we're going to do shortened season, but now you want us to take a pay cut to do something that's kind of dangerous. You know what I mean? Right. So a lot of the players are going, fuck you, we're not playing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
And I wonder if at some of the golf clubs, because of the memberships, they're not cheap, right? Like some premium
expensive sport, man.
I used to golf quite a lot. I got my handicap down to a 7, and then I got a rotator cuff issue, but and I stopped playing. But anyway, I was involved with one of the associations that does a lot of charities and stuff like that. And it, you know, some of these clubs, you pay tens of thousands of dollars for an initiation fee. So it's almost like buying into the club.
Wow.
And then you got like, I can remember a couple that are part of a big link organization, but you're paying monthly, whether you like it or not, like a $1,600 bar tab, but you're able to freely go to these on the course kind of bars and just help yourself because they're refrigerators and that. They don't, you can get a cart person out to do that, but so it's pretty hefty, right? And then you got your lower end memberships that are a couple of grand. So
like John says on the Facebook, money talks. You're right, brother.
But that I don't get, because just because golf is a rich man's sport, let's say, and a lot of money is involved, why the fuck do golf courses get to open up and put people's safety in jeopardy because of the money? Like,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just makes me so fucking angry.
Yeah, but
I'm having Heiko's rant right now.
Yeah, so
Heiko's rant.
They're not thinking that one through clearly, because maybe it's because you're outdoors, but again, there's social contact, and if you really trained yourself, like, so if somebody wants to shake your hand now, they don't do that. They'll give you like an elbow bump, right? And it's like, no, I don't even need that. Thank you very much. But
I still try and hump their leg. I don't care. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. But on the golf course, there's an etiquette, right? And you're going to shake hands at some point, right?
For sure.
And see, the thing, I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, they said, okay, we're going to have golfers out there, one person per cart, blah, blah, blah. But they still tee off together and they're on the green together. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, nobody's going to be policing that. It's just, So I don't know. I think we're going to be back in lockdown before long. We'll see. We'll see how this kind of unfolds. But hey, G, do we have any more emails?
Yeah, we got a few of them here.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Paul writes in. He says, "Hey guys, thanks for a lot of the updates. Here's one for you. If masks are supposed to work to help stop the spread of the virus, why do they let a lot of the prisoners out in the public domain again? Some of them who were violent prisoners. Why don't they just give them masks inside the jail? That makes no sense." Okay. From Paul. Let's see here. William writes in more about the virus. William, he's from Toronto. He said, "Here's what I don't get. The same thing here, folks, about the prisoners. They let prisoners out of jail. I was watching the news and reading some articles about that. Some of the people they let out are pretty violent. They let them out so they can be out in the public, but yet they arrest innocent people for going to a park with their dog."
100%. Yeah. I mean, what I don't get is they're already quarantined, right? So we're going to unquarantine them and put violent offenders and shit back out on the streets, and then they're going after, like, the poor lady, and I don't know if she's in Mississauga or something. She was out walking in an open park with her kid in a stroller, and basically she had one of these assholes pull up in front of her, give her $1,000 fine, saying he didn't like that she stood there off to the side to let other people go by for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? This is garbage, absolute garbage. Sorry, carry on, Gary.
Well, what's the last one there, Gary? What's the name?
Hannah.
Yep.
Okay, and Leslie writes in and says, "Guys, when you were talking about venue social distancing, there can be no such thing as that. Think about it."
I agree. That was my point. Exactly. That you can't have that, because you can't have people in a bar or like a venue and expect to have big bands there and have tickets that are, reasonably priced. They're going to have to jack them up so high, and then they're going to have to police all these. It's not feasible. It's not going to happen.
No,
that was my point too.
It definitely won't. It's almost impossible to think about it. But if you had to come up with a solution, because they allowed some social interaction now, that would be the only way to do it safely, because this is becoming the new normal. I will say this. I went to a box store recently, a big box store, and I haven't been to one in a long time, a couple months maybe, right? Mm-hmm. But I have to say, and this was actually up in Uxbridge, up in your neck of the woods, Greg. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, or Derek, sorry. But anyway, I went to the box store, and it was in terms of a protocol, it was really well done. I have to give them kudos for that, because they had all the proper barriers up. They had they had people like full-time sanitizing everything, and I thought that was brilliant. Right. They made you wait, kind of. There wasn't a lot of people there anyway. I kind of lucked out, but they made you wait in a lineup, and the standard sort of 6 feet apart or whatever it is, and so that was cool. They had security there. But I have to say that I got all the shopping I needed done, and then I went to check out. And I thought it was a great experience, because not long before COVID started, there was a complete asshole behind me that was all tanked up, drinking way before noon, right? And no, it definitely wasn't you. So this guy, I'm not, whatever. I'm not stereotyping. It could be any one of us, really. But
right, especially now.
But he was so pissed off that he had to wait. And go. And he yelled at the cashier, right? And just saying, "I am standing effing 6 feet," blah blah blah. So it was just on the heels of this, right at the beginning, and so like. What do you do? I felt like just, pushing the guy 6 feet further back, but violence doesn't help anything. So, but it sucked. And so the next time, I happen to be in this store. I'm thinking, you know what, this was actually a great experience because I'm not crazy about big crowds.
Right?
And some people are really pushy, right? And it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you in my space at the best of times. You can ask anybody
No.
that lives with me. It's like, if I wake up, my fucking insulin is down, don't come near me, right? So I need to eat something or I'm going to eat you. So, it's the way it is.
Give him a Snickers, would you? Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, you know what? Eat lots of bananas and beans. So when someone gets in your space, just let her rip. Don't back off.
See, Heiko's got all the answers, eh?
Yeah, he was doing that earlier. I heard him.
That's right. He shit himself earlier on air.
Yeah, it was like
it was like the time I had my guitar player Rob on the show. He come into this reality radio's studios, and we were sitting in there chatting, and he just up and shit himself on air. Like you could actually hear it come across the mics. And was it ever fucking ranked? Do you remember that, Heiko? It was like the fart heard around the world. That's why he's not well. That's why we don't have him back. He's just too gross.
Trying to get some fucking fresh air.
Right. Oh fuck. It's not even the sound is great, but the fact that I think he's rotting from the inside, that was where the problem was.
Hey, Ter.
Yeah.
Ter, look what's coming towards you.
Oh yeah, Johnny's friggin' playing with his sperm again on the Facebook.
Oh,
and I'm not fucking playing along with your sick game, you bastard.
What the heck? Why have I got
Okay, I'm in the ice box, boys, so don't mind the noise.
Yeah.
That's what we heard.
I told you that's what I knew it was him.
Yeah.
Every time he makes a drink, he like rattles fucking 1,000 pieces of ice just to, be noisy as fuck. And
my dog's sitting right beside me, drooling, dripping on the floor. Listen here. I don't know if you hear it.
What?
Dog wants an ice cube.
Oh fuck.
Nice.
All right. So what else? You got what else can we chat about? Anything else going on around the world that anybody wants to I don't know, spoke about?
Well,
Heiko, what do you got?
There's still no news, eh? There's
still no news? Oh, there's plenty of news.
Everything fucking disappeared.
Yeah. It's all COVID. We just covered how much of it.
Again.
Hey, listen, did you guys hear anything about McDonald's not using Canadian meat? Did you hear anything about that?
I didn't think they used meat, period. I thought it was like plastic and shit.
It's parts of cow. It's not meat, but it's parts of cow. So
toenails and shit.
And that kind of shit, right?
Right.
But they said because of the COVID thing, something was happening and they weren't going to use Canadian meat. They had to get meat elsewhere.
Really?
Did you hear anything about that?
No, I didn't hear anything about that. I don't eat at McDonald's, so I don't really care, but I hear you.
How about you, Gary?
I did not actually. Someone brought that up on another show, and I didn't do any research on it to see if it was legit or not. So I'm not 100% sure about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be fake news.
All right.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm not really sure. Me personally, I haven't heard anything about it. But I always thought their meat was made with sawdust, anyways. So I'm not really sure.
That's why I don't eat McDonald's. I think it's the most disgusting shit on the planet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I like their coffee though. I do like McDonald's coffee.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Or somebody buys it for you and you just kind of go, oh, thank you, and you eat it, and then you shit your brains out and have cramps for the next 5 hours. It's just
Right. Oh fuck. Well, I see Derek online here. He's talking about the Canadian Ballet. He hasn't heard much about the ladies there. Has anyone heard how they are doing? And no, I have not, Derek. I don't know much about the Canadian Ballet.
Derek looking into the Canadian Ballet.
You know what I think he's referring to is the strippers, and I haven't heard anything about our Canadian strippers. If that's the ballet you're referring to.
Yeah, it's probably the ballet he's referring to. Right?
Right. It is Derek after all. So
I guess Well, and that Derek brings up a great point.
He does.
Because we rely on our ballets for, various reasons. But how do you,
we do.
social distancing, doesn't work there. I mean, again,
I wondered that too. How do you do a lap dance with social distancing?
You can't.
Right. Exactly. You can't.
For the same reasons of music.
Because lap dance means there's contact on the lap, correct?
Right.
Well, no. Now it'll have to be stage only, and everybody will have to be at least 6 feet apart. They could pull it off, but they definitely can't do the lap dancing thing and all of that. But who knows? What do I know, right? I'm just an idiot on a radio show.
I tell you one thing though.
I've never been
give me a squirt gun full of baby oil.
I've never.
Yeah, I heard this story. You told me this story.
On top of me in a minute.
Okay.
That's a great story, Heiko. You need to tell that one right now.
We went south.
Really?
Yes, tell that story right now. That's a great story about Heiko being at the strip clubs.
I'm just everyone that's listening, sorry people, I'm just a bit of a dick sometimes. I just do things differently. You guys should have been at a strip club before.
Which is what makes you awesome, by the way.
Thanks. That's cool. They have what they have features. So they don't do the regular, they do more songs. They're a little bit more professional.
Really?
And they have a theme, right?
Are you kidding? Is that what happens at a strip club? I've never been.
Yeah, Ringo's never been. Like, fuck.
Really?
I've never been to a strip club.
He's so full of shit. I've been to one with him, so I know he's full of shit. Carry on.
Yeah. Come to my backyard. We'll put peanut butter on your balls. We'll show you what a strip club's all about.
Yeah, but you got farm animals over there. So.
That's kind of where we're going with this.
Anyway, on other days,
Ringo does the farm.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
In all fairness,
now we're talking.
They're not, it's work, right? It's a respectable. Well, wait. Anyway, let's move on to something else.
I want to hear this. We need to hear this story Heiko has about being at the strip club. This is a good story.
You lost me at peanut butter on my balls, so
okay. Yeah.
No,
all right.
Don't lie.
Anyway. So the feature this night in the strip club, she dressed up like Rambo. The camouflage fatigue.
The guy with the gun?
Stuff, right? Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
That's it. Wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
So, and if you know how the feature works, they do a couple of songs, they slowly take off more and more and more. And now she had this belt with these two big, squirt guns, and they were full of baby oil.
Oh, nice.
And what she did is she passed them out to two people in the audience. And, they're supposed to squirt her with the baby oil, and then she rubbed it all over herself and blah, 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 whatever. So I happened to get one of these guns.
And this is where the story goes south.
This is not a kid's show.
No. So the other guy on the other side of it's like a round stage, and we're all sitting around the outside. Yeah. The other guy starts squirting her in the boobs, right? And she's rubbing it all over. So I kind of have a side profile of her, and I look at her and I go, yeah, I got a target. So I take the squirt gun and I start nailing her right in the ear. I'm shooting baby oil in the ear. Right? And she starts fucking splatting and turning and looking at me, and I just keep nailing her in places that I shouldn't, right? And she finally gets so mad at me, she turns to me and she's going to tell me off, and I shoot baby oil right in her freaking mouth.
And then she saw you.
Yeah. She lost her shit. Right? And she spit the oil out, and she ran across the stage and dove off the stage on top of me. Boom, we're on the floor.
So that was almost like a free lap dance.
So, yeah. That was a lap dance in itself, a different kind of lap dance.
Yeah.
So the bouncers come over, they peel her off me, and they say, buddy, you got to go. You got to leave. And the bouncer looks at me and goes, that's the best fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'll leave it to Heiko.
So please,
Remind me never to go to the strip club with you unless we're going to be going to get kicked out.
And whatever, don't give me a squirt gun. Shit's going to go south, okay?
I think if I ever go to a strip club with you guys, like if it ever is a thing anymore, and I'd be nervous because I've never been to one.
If not, we'll just do it here on the Heikadelic show. I'll strip for everyone. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Gary, do you have any more?
I do.
Wow.
Thank you.
We're going to do a naked show, are we?
No, not tonight. Let's 9:30. It's beyond 9:30.
Andy writes in, he says, down here in the county I'm in Florida, social distancing is not a law. It's voluntary only by the government. One of the guys I know who works in a strip club here actually has his club open, and what they're doing for lap dances is mask with mask.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get it.
So they're doing it, I guess.
Wow.
Apparently.
So the crotches are still making contact, but they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
you know what? But there are only parts of Florida like that are fully allegedly nude, because I think it's just topless in a lot of Florida, unless you're out by, what is it, Sarasota?
Well, I was down in a lot of the southern states, and there's some that are topless, and there's other ones you can take off either the top or the bottom. They can't be completely nude.
Right.
And that's when I had
that's in the one you were in, perhaps. But the law states you can be fully nude as long as you don't serve alcohol in the establishment.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's a federal law. Yep.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Wow.
I remember being up in, I think it was like Milwaukee or something. They had a kind of a funky thing there.
That's strange, because that pretty much eliminates it being a bar, right? So we're just, it's basically somewhat of a brothel at that point.
I don't know.
Well, the place that was down in South Carolina, and that's where that law was.
Wow.
So they still have the smaller, the G string and stuff, but top or bottom, not both. And I remember the guys from South Carolina came up to Toronto, and we took them to a strip club, and they lost their shit because the girls were completely nude, eh?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Wow.
So Derek just posted about the Bunny Ranch, but that's out in Vegas, I believe, right?
Is that where that is? I can't remember. Is that's still there, right? The Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
What's that?
What's that?
What was that sound?
That's Ringo playing with himself, or I mean, with his effects and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
just playing with my old self right now.
So that's it for the email, Gary?
No, there's a few more.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, let's see. I didn't realize it.
Okay, so Martha writes in. She says, hello, guys. Enjoying the show. I just wanted to say thanks for a lot of the updates. It makes no sense regarding this virus, especially the mask thing. They say you can wear a mask, but that was a good point from your other emailer that why don't they just give masks to the prisoners instead of letting them out? That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yes,
I agree.
Thank you so much, Martha, because as soon as I heard this prisoner shit, I go, those guys should not be complaining at all. First of all, they're criminals. Second of all, they're locked up already. They're not in contact with the outside world.
That's right.
And when people come to visit, they're behind glass anyway. So fuck off.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thanks, Martha.
And
you're right.
Connie writes in and she says, regarding this virus, I don't know what this word is, but I think she's referring to like having, what do you call it? A shot for the virus.
Anal sex?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
You get your flu shot. She's referring to that. I don't know what word she's using here, but she said, these things don't work. So why do we have to have a virus shot for this particular virus? Think about it. We didn't have a shot when they first got worried about HIV back in the 80s.
Yeah.
They didn't have a shot when we had SARS. They didn't have shots when we had the bird flu viruses. Now, all of a sudden, this virus comes out, and guess who's leading the charge? Is Bill Gates. Bill Gates, who owns one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies, has been touting to get this medication to people before they allow them to come out into the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of, she goes on to say here, I think it's kind of bogus that a guy who's been all over the news in the last 15 days touting some type of a virus medication to get, or you can out in the public, owns the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world. Don't you think that's strange? That's from Connie.
No conflict.
I agree.
It's Connie. It's what you call greed. It's all about money. It's got nothing to do with the sickness or a virus or anything.
I think she means, her. By the way, she spelled it wrong and everything, but I think she was talking about vaccine. That's what she was talking about.
Yeah.
That's right. They're talking about these vaccines or these drugs, and it's disgusting that these rich people are influencing the way us normal folks live day to day, and they're trying to force us to take these medications. It's all about money. It's got nothing to do with an antidote or a sickness or anything like that. It's really, really shitty. It really is.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
No one's sticking a fucking needle in my arm. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to fight me.
So
sorry, go ahead, Gary.
Go ahead, Gary.
Okay, so we have one more here from Jess. And Jess is loving the show, listening to you from Fairbanks, Alaska.
Awesome.
There's nothing quite to do up here tonight. So we tuned in to Reality Radio 101 thinking we were going to listen to music, but we heard you guys are waxed.
Would you like us to?
And you know what? You're right.
Yeah, but you know what? We're done shortly. So it'll be back to music if that's what you were looking to do. But thanks for, tripping on us. And hope to see you again next week or listen,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do have music on here. A lot of time we have guests. We're working on getting to that point. We're almost there now. So if you're new to the show, we normally would have guests on, different artists and stuff like that, and we play their music and things. But because of COVID and everything, we've been fighting with technology to make it all work together. But we're finally, I think we're making headway now. So we're going to have guests and music back as well.
Yeah. So so if you let us bang your ear holes every week, you'll hear those guests, or you can find us on Facebook, on the Heikadelic Show, or on the YouTubes. So
on the YouTubes.
Yes, we just let everybody know that Reality Radio plays music for pretty much 18 hours a day.
Yep. And
the only time we have in the evenings is we have our talk shows. So
yes.
The Heikadelic Show is the Monday night talk show at 9:15 roughly, but there's other talk shows as well. So
Gary,
for your entertainment,
Gary, I think you have like 14 talk shows or something like that?
We have 15, but we do have some shows, live shows during the afternoon and the morning on different days. So the night are the talk shows.
Cool. And they're more educational than ours.
Yeah, you're going to learn nothing from this show.
But I think your last caller there, Jess, was actually sending you a compliment. I don't think that was something
bad.
No, that's good. No. And to hear from
great.
somebody in Alaska, that's great, because we know the signal's getting up there, right? So.
Oh yeah.
So Jess, you need nothing else but us. You have your music, you have your entertainment. What else do you want in life besides a drink in your hand?
Yeah, you have the black flies up there too, because I got nailed on my lawnmower yesterday. Wow.
They're bastards.
There's no black flies up there.
As long as it's not the murder hornets.
Or deer flies. I think it's deer flies. Well, you can write in again and let us know what kind of flies you have up there. Or what
yeah, we're super curious about the flies you have.
Yeah.
Fucking Ringo.
They have all these murder hornets, like just the name murder hornets. And there's all these other people on the multimedia going, well, yeah, there's the grizzly bears with chainsaws. And, there with a chainsaw both pants. He's just running down the beach, killing people. You know, it's like,
Oh
That's
yeah. Well,
awful.
I posted. If you go on the Heikadelic Show Facebook page, I posted a picture of the murder hornet, but it was kind of all jacked up with Freddy masks and all that shit on it with machine guns and everything. It's pretty awesome.
You're all buzzing around like, but you know what? Like, isn't it the praying man? Eats
I can laugh on Heiko. He was just about
the
ready
head
to die
went
there.
off, right? It's like, they come up and it's like,
Okay, there, Ringo. He's having too much fun right now. That's the issue here.
so, yeah.
Hey, Ringo,
Ringo. Yeah.
hey, buddy, are you pulling it right now?
Yes,
Pulling
he is.
what?
If you're on Facebook, you'd see this.
Yeah.
Which is why we're going to be banned after this.
Beer in one hand and
Yeah. And tweezers in the other.
Yeah. Holy shit. Why
okay.
does our show always go in the toilet like that?
I've kind of noticed though as the
Not my
show
fault.
went on, Heiko's focus on the callers that come in, he gets the names right. So good on that. But he does seem to be on the decline now.
I thought he was on the decline when we started. Did you have like the pre-drinks going on tonight,
Oh yeah.
Hike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that boy.
Yeah, that's it.
Gary, do we have
Me too.
do we have any more emails?
Just one from Paul.
Okay.
And Paul writes in and he says, when are we going to hear our social distancing concert from MCM and Toad?
Wow,
Hey,
we
guys,
made it this far into the show
you
without
gotta-
getting that email. Wow.
You got to answer this question because you were talking about doing shit a couple weeks ago. Like, come on, man. Our fans have been asking for what? Almost 2 years?
Yeah.
Well,
We'll-
the
we'll get
problem
there.
is right now you have to understand that even getting together is a little crazy. Just because if neighbors and shit don't like you for whatever reason and they see a few cars in your driveway, they can call that in, right? And that
Yeah.
shit's happening all the time. So
Look.
I haven't been together with my guys, in the band pretty much since this shit started. And
Wow.
I know close personal friends that have actually had them called on them just because of in-laws being at their house and shit like that. And that's bullshit. So we're just kind of like, I don't need the $1,000 fine right now. So we're just trying to be careful.
Tonight's
Okay, come to
news,
my house
there are
because
cars
I
in
don't
Terry
have
Cole's
neighbors.
driveway.
What's that, Ike?
I'm out in the middle of nowhere. My driveway is 200 meters long.
Right.
So,
but the thing is,
neighbors.
though, where we
Do it up.
rehearse, it's not. We have people around us, right? That's my point. It's not that we couldn't go play in someone's backyard or whatever out in the middle of nowhere. It's that rehearsing and getting ready for stuff. We haven't played in since this started. So what's
You know
that,
what?
2 months now? Are we at 2 months? I don't even know what the fuck what is it, back in March, I guess, March 16th, I think, was when they started shutting everything down. So, yeah, we haven't
my
really
God.
been able to spend much
If we
time.
get together again, you'll do the countdown 3, 2, 1, and all of you will play different fucking songs at the same time.
We
Yeah.
usually do that every rehearsal anyways. We're just really not that bright.
Yeah. I mean, if you try and do something on streaming, and we tried to do that with Motor City, and the latency killed us. So, there are ways to do it, and we weren't set up for it.
Well,
So
the thing
why-
is, Ringo's got a great setup in his house. And we could eventually, once things open up a bit more, we can have a few more people. We could do some live stuff from there, no problem. But until then, nobody wants to take the chance. Like I can't afford $1,000 fine because some asshole wants to call it in, right? Because these Stitch numbers are fucking bullshit. So I just sooner stay away.
Okay, listen to this, boys. We have all this wonderful technology that we're working with now to do the
He's
show,
slipping. He's
right?
slipping.
So isn't there any way you can get a band, all your members together and do it as we're doing the show?
No.
Everyone's in their own basement playing
Nope.
their instrument,
Nope.
and it all comes
No.
together.
No, that's what I was
Does it
just
work?
saying. No, the latency is a problem, and people would have to buy. Every band member would have to buy a piece of technology to be able to set the latency and everything. So basically, latency is a delay. So
Right.
let's have a
So
drink.
the people that are doing this stuff are usually all together, like in a driveway, keeping distance. And you're only allowed, like, I think 5 people right now. They didn't. I thought they were actually going to change that up to 10 for this weekend, but they didn't do that. So if you get, like, full band plus other people that are there filming, getting everything, you know what I mean? And nothing may happen, but if somebody does make a call, you could be looking at a hefty fine that I just don't want to deal with right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I stand on that. But eventually, yeah, this will slowly lift. We'll get through this, and then we'll work something out that's going to be pretty awesome. So I promise.
I think a drink is in order because we're almost going to be wrapping up soon. So here we go.
Wow!
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That
Absolutely.
was amazing.
Hey,
But yeah,
Heiko.
so that's the question.
Keisha wrote in when you were talking about that McDonald's thing. And
Yeah.
says it's Keisha from Barrie. She says there was a huge COVID outbreak at a meat processing plant in Alberta. A facility
Yes.
linked to over 1,200 cases.
Oh, wow.
Everyone started freaking out, thinking that we were going to run out of beef in Canada. So apparently, they supply 2/3 of Canada's beef. That's why McDonald's was going to get their beef somewhere else.
Okay, that I did hear about. I didn't realize. Okay, now it all kind of makes sense. So thank you, Keisha,
Yeah,
for
I heard
that.
about that processing plant. That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keisha. You're freaking awesome.
And let's see. And Derek writes in for Toad and MCM. He says, "Hey guys, I'm Derek from Booger Hope, West Virginia. Booger Hope. I've been there several times. Okay, so it's tonight we hear MCM and Toad play live in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
acoustic.
After that
Okay.
whole conversation we just had, no.
I'll do something a cappella right now.
Oh, please don't.
Why, it's a love song.
No, it's not.
You know what? This Derek guy, you guys know him personally, right?
Yeah, Derek's a good buddy of mine. Yeah.
We know
He
everything.
sounds really cool. Like he listens to us every
So-
Oh,
week.
Derek's a great guy. Great drummer too. Great drummer.
He-
Yeah.
Mike, if you
I gotta meet him. I really gotta
Like-
meet
You
him.
will.
Hike.
You will.
test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you weren't such in a drunken haze right now from last week, he was on our show.
Yeah.
He was that oh right. You can't
That's right.
see.
Well, no, Heiko's not on. He's not on Facebook or any of that because he was actually on 2 weeks ago on the stream. And
Yeah,
but there's a picture of Derek and I at the music hall together because he actually won tickets to a show, and so he wanted to get a picture. So we took a picture together, which we posted on the Heikadelic show Facebook page.
But I've never seen his face.
Oh.
Well, you
Well,
have
when you're
Facebook, motherfucker. Go on it and check it out.
I'm like, oh my god, someone else is on
just
our show.
think of when you go to sleep tonight. And
Instead of
think
thinking about me for a change.
think about Terry Code as you usually do, but a little taller and a much better looking
Well-
and shorter hair and no beard, because that would distort. No beard. We'll leave it at
Right.
that.
See, it's funny because when I go to bed, on my
Uh-oh.
nightstand I have a picture of Terry Code,
Yeah.
and right
why
beside it I have
wouldn't
my little bag of dick. So
His bag of Richard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mine are still here beside me.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
Let me see your bag of dicks.
here. My bag of dicks. Hang on, I'll get them.
I bet you ate them.
No, I've never opened them. They're right here. Look
You
at
don't
that.
get. Yeah, hold it up
Right
a little.
there.
Tasty dick. So you don't get
tasty dicks.
after you get high. You don't get the munchies and eat everything in sight.
No,
Yeah, but not the bag of dicks.
That's right. The bag of dicks has special meaning. It's like it's spiritual and shit.
It is, because you know what? I'll get the munchies too, and I'll be just jonesing for something to eat, and I'll go, oh, there's a bag of munchies, and I'll pick it up and I'll look at it. It's this bag of dicks, bag of tasty dicks.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't open it. It's just, I kind of
you just can't bring yourself to do it, right? That's me.
no.
Because as soon as I open that bag and start shoveling it into my mouth, I now have dicks in my mouth. That's not happening.
Oh my god!
So
Yeah, we're
next
not
show we're going to look at having a guest on, and we actually have a bit of a backlog of guests to get through now. So
well,
I
let's
guess
do it.
Yeah.
Let's
So we're
do
gonna have,
it.
like, with the new technology and that, like, I mean, when we're in the studio with Gary, he's usually able to kind of mute us out. So we're gonna have to do that. Make sure we're in sync with that, and then. But we also have the ability to stream, videos and things like that. So, so next week we're back in full force. The technology seems to be better.
I still think right now, if we get somebody on and we're going to play the music, I still say we send it to Gary and let him play it.
Well, we can.
Yeah.
We could definitely can. If we want video of the individual, like right now you're streaming right through what we're doing now, so we can
Yeah, you can come in through you, whatever.
And they can join us virtual, but we could also do like we did with I guess Derek last week. I think that was last week.
Well, yeah, he came in through Zoom with G. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Do you think our fans are that low that they would want to be on Facebook with us and go, oh my God, look, I'm on TV with the Heikadelic show? Wow.
No.
It's all good.
No, it's just it's a nice added feature, right, for the people that want to see it, and people that want to hear it on reality. It works for both, right? So that's why.
What we do is we just change our tag from "Let's Get Dirty" at 9:30 to "You've hit rock bottom," right?
Yeah. Welcome, we're all your friends here.
No, congratulations.
Just flush the toilet. You're done.
Congratulations. You hit rock bottom. In fact, you have to go about 3 flights to get to the sewer, right?
3 flights to the sewer. Oh, fuck. Good times. So
Gary, how much have we got left, and do we have any more emails?
You have, let me look at the computer right now. We have about 10 minutes left. And right now, let me refresh the screen. Katie writes in, says, hello, guys. Loving the show. Hilarious. Hey, thanks for a good time. Oh, and hold on. Another one just came in. And this is from Scott. Scott is listening to you from Toronto, saying, enjoying the show. It's your beats listening to you guys than going to work. Okay.
Nice.
All depends on what you do for a living, I suppose.
Yeah. Thanks. That's awesome, Scott. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Katie, thank you for the email as well.
Thank you, Scott.
Holy fuck. Oh, Ringo's got too much to play with now other than himself.
Thank you, Katie.
Oh, there's something wrong with you.
It was not an erection.
Right.
All right. So, Heiko, are you out in front of your campfire?
I think Heiko's left.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Gary, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Let me see if Heiko's still here.
Oh,
I don't think he is.
I don't think he wasn't really formulating his words too well.
He might have fallen down into the ditch out front of his house.
It says, I got something on my screen that says one person waiting, Terry Code.
Waiting?
So I don't get that.
Oh, no, Garrett.
That was from earlier. Yeah, that's nothing.
You tried to get on the Zoom stream?
Yeah, I was having an issue trying to get into the Zoom. It wouldn't let me in. And so it's just saying I'm waiting, but it doesn't matter at this point.
So what he's done is the way I like connect, he's coming in like loud and clear. So that works because that solves some potential things we were
Issues?
thinking about doing around, like, no, not issues, but when we get guests in, if we wanted to stream a lot of, like, clear video, and just have them like log in, then everything Gary picks up seems to be pretty good. So
Yeah,
that's good.
absolutely.
Because of what Johnny's hooked up to for sound effects and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the quality of his mic. It's sounding, a little bit too hot, distorted.
Yeah.
And people can hear him and everything, but it's not, and it's cutting everyone off. You guys can't hear each other. You're cutting each other off constantly through the show.
Oh, I see.
But
so, Gary, I did change mics, so I can go back with my other.
Yeah, that
format.
One's, people can hear you okay for the whole show. That's not the issue, but
Yeah.
you're sounding like you're distorted like that. That's how you're sounding.
Oh.
Distorted.
Was it kind of like this?
Right. So what if you
It was like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it. I don't know. I think we lost him. You know what though? He might have, honestly, he may have broke his like his soup can string.
The string might have broke.
I think the string might have finally broke.
He was tugging on it too hard, thinking it was something else.
Oh, are you there?
Oh,
Yeah.
there he is.
Did you press mute?
Holy from your cell service.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
My cell service.
Yeah, apparently your signal was lost and it dropped you, right? Because it wasn't anything here.
Wind blew the wrong way.
Yeah, I know. The cow at the farm next door farted so loud it shocked everything.
That's what broke the string, was the fart from the cow. I get it. I totally get
Wow.
Yeah. God damn. Okay, I'm back.
So
He's back.
your commentary on
all is
Facebook
good.
of how Heiko got muted.
No, Heiko lost his cell signal because he's on a soup can and a string, and the string got broke from the cow farting next the farm next door.
Yeah.
So
Peter Lee says it's not the mic, dude. Okay.
Hey, Peter, how are you, brother? Hope everything's well.
Good to hear from you. Yeah, Pete.
We haven't got to hang out in a while. I kind of miss you. Kinda. Just kinda.
Just a little bit.
Oh shit.
And your really cool T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Well-
he's Peter's like a very hardcore metal fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very big supporter of the music scene.
Is Peter local?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. He's a good bud. He's a good bud of mine. Yep. Peter.
Yeah.
He hangs out at one of our local watering holes and supports live music 100%. He'll go in and buy CDs and T-shirts, everything of all the bands coming through always. So yeah.
Yeah, he's actually, if I had to, Peter's really got his shit together. Let's just say that. I mean, when we see him anyway. So his dog is important to him, which is great. So he walks his dog.
Yeah.
And
he walks his dog. That's why he's got his shit together. He walks his dog.
No, honestly, I've had a couple of pretty cool discussions with him, and like anyway, we'll leave it at that because I'll just dig myself a hole. But he's there. You go. He loves music except for rap and.
I love how he spelled country.
But no, he's definitely going. Got it going on, and he is. He's always sitting at the same bar stool. So he reminds me
Right.
of Lemmy from Motorhead. That's a compliment, Peter. I know you'll take it that way. So Lemmy would go to the Rainbow on the Sunset Strip and sit at the same bar stool. And he's a fixture there, right? So in fact, he drinks.
Yeah, I rest my beer on him. Actually, sometimes he just doesn't move, so I put my beer on him.
He drinks like an imported kind of beer, and
Drinks.
they
Pilsner.
have. Yeah, but it's kind of an import, so it's
Nice. I like them already.
Yeah, but it sits on a rack. It's Peter's beer. Nobody touches that beer. In fact, I'm not even sure they'll sell it.
Because
to
nobody
anyone.
else drinks it.
Yeah, but he comes in with all of these crazy metal shirts, and it's like bands that are rarities. They're world famous, but for a very niche metal genre. So, and he definitely appreciates the bands. He just sits there and takes it all in, and yeah, like I said, he's got his shit together. When you can get to a point where things like that, you're focused in and on, and everything else is like, fuck that shit. Why would I even waste time with that? It's like you got your shit together.
Well, Peter's son-in-law actually is a pretty phenomenal musician and quite known around the world. Actually, he's played in, he plays still, and I guess they're still playing in Vesperia if you're looking for some epic death metal. And he played in Crimson Shadows, and now he's got his own side project. I'm trying to remember; it just slipped my mind. Deep Dark River. And which is completely opposite of anything he's ever done before. It's all acoustic stuff. It's actually quite brilliant. So we'll have to get him on the show too, because Morgan's a great dude. We played with when he was with Vesperia at the Music Hall with us for Something Wicked This Way Comes. But yeah, that's Peter's son-in-law.
Oh,
so yeah,
where I was headlining. Yeah, okay, I remember that show.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Ringo.
No, honestly, I didn't even do a rant tonight, so we'll just pass on that. But yeah, Vesperia, pretty good band, not bad.
Yeah, but as Peter said in here, it's his own main project, which is Deep Dark River, and that is his. It's all his writing. He records everything he puts out. He does himself, like right down to the music videos, everything, and all the stuff he's done is quite phenomenal. So great, good on him. He's a phenomenal musician. Peter
also says, "Dude, I'm blushing. Not worthy to be mentioned in the same sentence as Lemmy," and that's really not true. You know what? When I went to the Rainbow a couple of years ago, it was amazing. It was like I was there for, I don't know, my daughter and I were there for maybe like 3 hours taking it all in. But so they have a bronze statue of Lemmy close to the bar that he used to sit at, and but the minute I walked in there, I felt like, you know what? It wasn't, bands sort of cut their everything from what Motley Crue to the Stones had been through there, and it was like everything from an after hours party place to they had. It's an interesting, and I won't get into details. To go check it out on the web, but there's some hidden stages in that place. But yeah, Lemmy was definitely a fixture there, but it really reminded me of the Atria. And the Atria, like a lot of the bands, up and coming bands, pay their dues by playing there, and it's a small club. The Rainbow not massive, and Dino over at the Atria, I mean, like we all know him now and stuff like that, but it's it's definitely a bar that Terry and I frequent quite a lot to see new up and coming bands, and the talent there is just amazing. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I've just you guys and like it.
You're breaking up, Hike.
Yeah, break.
Yeah, I think we're losing.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. I hear you.
Yeah, you're back. Put your soup can up higher. Hold it up high.
Put the rabbit ears on your head.
Hold it towards the moon, so the reflection of the moon, the lunar reflection is
right.
He's trying to tell you guys you got 4 minutes left.
All right. Is there any more emails, G, before we go any further?
No more emails, but you can give your thing buys.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Let's do this.
So, Heiko, before you lose your battery power, do you have anything to say out there, or do you want to? Yeah, you're.
Yeah, I think.
All I heard was.
Yeah, it's all crackly and shit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah, the chicks on the little wall there.
Okay. Yeah, we lost them.
Yeah, we're losing them.
We don't know what you're saying.
totally gone. Basically, your signal's gone.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's just run this one out ourselves, Ringo. Just want to thank everybody on Reality Radio for
on Reality Radio 101.
Fuck.
No,
Fuck's
I'm right
sakes.
here. Fuck
Oh,
off.
there he is. Okay, he's back. He's back.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah,
Get started, Rowan.
Suck it.
Okay.
All right. I want to thank all the people that were part of our show tonight, which is always wonderful. We love you, fans. You got to keep listening every Monday night because you guys make it for us. You tell us where you're from all over the world. We had Hannah from Indianapolis, Paul, William from TO, Leslie, Andy from Florida, Derek. I know, we got so many Dereks. Martha, Connie, Jess from Alaska. Thanks, Jess, for listening. That's way up north, man. It's awesome. You got snow there or not? Paul, Keisha, Derek from Booger Hope, Ontario, and Peter. You guys have all been freaking amazing.
Cheers.
How about you guys? Got anything else to say or what?
Just to say thanks to all the listeners on Reality Radio. And of course, everybody joining us on Facebook and participating in the show, all the emailers, everything, man. It's not a show without you. So thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next
week. If you guys want any T-shirts or hats or anything like that, we do have stuff. Johnny, tell them where they can buy their paraphernalia.
www.theheikadelicshow.com. You'll find us on there. You just go to the merch tab and you'll find all of that. So
we do have merch. Isn't that awesome?
All right, we'll see you next.
Like a somebody.
See you next week.
Yes. Okay, guys. Thanks for being a part of the show. Tune in again next Monday night at 9:15ish, and you're listening to the Heikadelic Show on Reality Radio 101.